Hey guys, Brendan Esguerra here. Brendan Esguerra here, and today I know I don't really look too good right now because, I don't really look or sound too good, and I'm in my pajamas. It's because I just woke up and I just had breakfast, and so yeah, and this video is gonna be pretty quick. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining that Tom Holland, the new actor for Spider-Man in the MCU, who's been in Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home, which just finished filming, even though it should be impossible because of the COVID-19 pandemic. That same Tom Holland, I'm going to be explaining that Tom Holland is an asshole. Yeah, you're goddamn right, I said it. Tom Holland is an asshole. And you know why? Tom Holland reminds me too much of Justin Bieber, and we all know how much of a douchebag Justin Bieber is and how Justin Bieber is hated, and if you want to find proof for that, you should look at Watch Mojo's Top 10 Reasons Why Justin Bieber is Hated. And honestly, when I was in high school, there were a lot of kids who hated Justin Bieber. And I agree with them because Tom Holland reminds me too much of Justin Bieber. And let's not forget that Tom Holland is a freaking man-child. Not just because of his looks, and because of the fact that he's playing a much younger teenage Spider-Man, I mean younger than Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, but because of what he did to make sure Spider-Man stays in the MCU. What he did, he got drunk and he cried over the phone to Sony to make sure Spider-Man stays in the MCU. I mean, whatever he did was stupid, embarrassing, and immature. I mean, he thinks Sony isn't doing a good job with Spider-Man. Well, I also know, you know the fuck what? I also know Disney is not doing a good job with Star Wars and that Disney is ruining Star Wars, but if I wanted Disney to stop ruining Star Wars, of course I'm not gonna get drunk and cry over the phone to Disney to stop ruining Star Wars? No! Because that would be an immature, stupid, and embarrassing thing to do. And it's also cringe. I would have to find a more reasonable, more mature adult way to do it, because Tom Holland is an adult. He's already, over 18, so that's really immature, stupid, and embarrassing for a person who's way over 18 to do. And let's be honest, I think Tom Holland should leave Sony alone, because Sony really, really was doing a good job with Spider-Man without the MCU, and the MCU is actually ruining Spider-Man. And also, Tom Holland is a complete and utter troll. What he did was trolling. Tom Holland is just like Plainpotatoes, a complete and utter provocateur and manipulator. And let's not forget that he's such an exhibitionist. I mean, he's profiting off of Spider-Man and he doesn't even care about the character. He's just using Spider-Man to become famous because Spider-Man was the main reason he became famous. Which explains why he also has more roles, like, for example, the Disney Pixar movie Onward, as well as Unreleasable and the movie adaptation of Uncharted, as well as some new, as well as a Netflix series starring him. Tom Holland is so full of it. And not only that, Tom Holland is a hypocrite, and he's using his father and his brothers, as well as his fellow cast members, including Zendaya and the guy who played Ned Leeds, as well as everyone else who worked with him in the MCU, as well as Kevin Feige, Amy Pascal, and Jon Watts, or even the guy who played Happy Hogan. They're all in on it, and they're all being manipulated by him into hypocrisy, just like the other actors in the MCU. So therefore, Tom Holland is a fucking asshole and a hypocrite. And he's just as worse and toxic as Justin Bieber or Plainpotatoes. And to any Spidey fans out there, please don't be fooled by him and do not listen to him. He's just trolling you and manipulating you. And he's just using Spider-Man as a way to make himself more famous and get him more roles in movies. Besides, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home are just cold and lifeless marketing tools with very little love and effort put into them. And I think Spider-Man No Way Home should be cancelled. And I also heard that Sony is also doing a Spider-Man 4, even though Sony has rebooted 2 times, so that means there is no need for a Spider-Man 4. Because we already had The Amazing Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home. So it's too late for a Spider-Man 4. So Spider-Man 4 cannot happen. That is unless if it's a fan film. I mean, as long as it's a fan film, then it isn't so bad. But then again, if there is going to be a Spider-Man 4, then there should also be an Amazing Spider-Man 3. I mean, if they're doing a Spider-Man 4, then they should also do an Amazing Spider-Man 3 along with it. So that way, it's fair, everybody's happy, and it's a win-win. And I think because of what Tom Holland did, and how Tom Holland really is, and of course, Tom Holland is just a spoiled brat who trolls and manipulates everyone who's getting in his way and who he thinks is not letting him get his way. Tom Holland only wants what he gets. Tom Holland only wants to get his way. That's what he really wants, because he's a douchebag, a manipulator, a troll, a spoiled brat, and a man-child. I mean, I'm not gonna say bully, because he isn't. In fact, he's not even worth it. Tom Holland is an asshole, and therefore, do not support him and all of his, and the 3 new Spider-Man films he's been in are all an abysmal train wreck, and they're terrible, and they have very little love and effort put into them. And I honestly think Sony should take back the rights to Spider-Man from the MCU, and they should also do a new Spider-Man reboot, a new standalone Spider-Man reboot taking place in the Venomverse. And I honestly think, for all things considered, Tom Holland should be fired because of what he did. What he did to make sure Spider-Man stays in the MCU should have got him fired. I mean, it's stupid, immature, and embarrassing. And that was coming from Tom Holland, a guy who's way over 18. And God, personally, I think, from a mental health standpoint, I think he was completely out of it. I mean, that's my sense of it. Either that or he's on crack. I don't know. He wasn't just drunk, but maybe he was on some kind of drugs or something. I don't know. And all three of his Spider-Man films, including the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home, along with the other films he starred as Spider-Man in, are garbage. An abysmal train wreck. Besides, Spider-Man Homecoming is actually even worse than The Amazing Spider-Man, and Spider-Man No Way Home is gonna suffer from the same consequences that happened with the original Spider-Man 3. And like I said in my previous videos about certain Spidey fans wanting what's good for them and certain Spidey fans wanting what's bad for them, please, those new Spider-Man films that are happening right now are, Sam, please, can you not disturb me? I'm doing a video right now. That was my cousin Sam, Sam, can you please get out of my room? I'm doing a video. That was my cousin Sam. Never mind her. So anyway, Tom Holland is a complete and utter asshole, and Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home are complete and utter garbage. And I think Spider-Man No Way Home should be cancelled, and Sony should take back the rights to Spider-Man, and they should do a new Spider-Man reboot, a new standalone Spider-Man reboot, taking place completely in the Venomverse, with a new actor as Spider-Man, a new, better actor as Spider-Man who isn't a troll, a manipulator, a man-child, or an asshole, a new director who's better at making superhero films or is worth it, and a new and completely different feel, a fresh new take on Spider-Man, taking place in the Venomverse and pretty much just being like the Venom movie which was a huge success, and its upcoming sequel, Venom Let There Be Carnage. So yeah, and like I said, this is gonna be a pretty quick video, so I'll end the video here and also, I think the fans who are supporting and praising Tom Holland are toxic. And to any true Spidey fans out there, do not be like them. do not be easily manipulated by them, by Tom Holland, like the miserable filth they are. They're just as toxic. Well, they're not as toxic as Justin Bieber's fans, because I have a few friends who are still fans of Justin Bieber, and I don't want to say anything bad about Justin Bieber in front of them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be my friends anymore, and I still want to keep my friends, and I don't want to be just as much of a bad person and a douchebag as Justin Bieber ever was. So, about Justin Bieber, I prefer keeping my opinions about Justin Bieber to myself and respecting my friends' opinions. But when it comes to Tom Holland, that's a different story. So do not be, to any true Spidey fans out there, do not be easily manipulated by Tom Holland like many of his pathetic little cronies of fans out there that praise and support him like the filthy pigs they are. Only want what's good for you, not what's bad for you, and Tom Holland is what's bad for you as a Spidey fan. So please, to any Spidey fans out there, do not be manipulated and be brainwashed by Tom Holland and his terrible Spider-Man films. Just free your mind, relax, and stay safe and have fun. Besides, Sony really was doing a good job with Spider-Man without the MCU. And it's true. Okay, so... because Tom Holland is nothing but a manipulator, a troll, and a freaking asshole. And do not fall for his tricks. And he's just crying for attention. So please. Only want what's good for you and what's not bad for you. Only what's good for you. As a true Spidey fan. So, okay, so I'll end the video here, and please like, comment, and like I said, this is gonna be a pretty quick video, so please like, comment, and subscribe, and support my channel. And also, I'm gonna be doing my very own Spider-Man project. My project for my very own Spider-Man reboot that I actually want to be an actual project done by Sony and Marvel, and I might do it on Kickstarter. I even made concept art for it, and I'm also planning to do a script. So please support my Spider-Man project if you're a true Spidey fan. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Have an awesome day, and I hope, have an awesome day, stay safe, and I hope you like it. This has been Brendan Esguerra, signing off. This has been Brendan Esguerra signing off. Peace out. Mwah.